Well, becoming a daytime soap heartthrob is not something every actor can do, but Michael Knight certainly did just that with his 4 years and Emmy Award-winning portrayal of Tad Martin on All My Children. Hi, Michael.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm
Exhausted.
green today.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. Nice to have you here.
I'm sorry, I do that as a reaction. I start kissing.
Kissing. I'm telling you,
I've been doing it for years.
You kiss good, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did. You
I got
practiced
4 years
that.
of practice. Yeah, like that.
You were a cat on that show.
Oh, real bad. It's funny. I was looking at the clip. I thought it was wonderful. First I've seen Marcy in about 3 years. She actually was one of the reasons I did so well on the show, because she was such a wonderful actress to work with. She was really one of daytime's bad ladies for a while. She was right there, up there under Susan Lucci.
It helps too, doesn't it, when you're surrounded by good people?
Oh, she was wonderful. Yeah, I started with her. She's now in Santa Barbara, and I did with Dorothy Lyman, who played Opal, and Kim Delaney. I was really surrounded by a really great entourage of people. Not entourage, but an ensemble cast.
We'll talk more about All My Children, but this film must be exciting to make your film debut.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I had such a good time making that, too. I was really, the man I worked with, who I'm actually traveling around the country with to promote it, Tom McLaughlin, is just incredibly talented. He'd written and directed the picture. And
he's done a lot of things.
Yeah, he's worked a lot. He's sort of a Renaissance man of entertainment. He's been everything. He studied mime, and he wrote for comedy for a while. I mean, he's done everything. He's passed out balloons, you know, used car lots. He's done everything.
He's lived life too, which
he's
helps
lived life.
a lot.
He's wonderful. He just had a baby. He just had a real life angel.
Yeah, he didn't have it, I think.
No, Nancy, his wife, had something to do with it.
I read that they wanted a young kind of Jimmy Stewart, Gary Cooper character, someone that everyone would believe in and buy. That must be very
They settled
flattering.
for me, isn't it incredible? No. And they got Tad. How weird. Somebody was on drugs when they were casting that thing. No, I actually, when I was going up when I first met Tom, I asked him if there's anything I could look at to sort of get a feel for what he wanted in the film, and he said, go rent It's a Wonderful Life. And it was actually around Christmas that I did audition for the movie. And for some reason, within about 2 weeks, I saw It's a Wonderful Life 8 times. I think it was
on
like it was karma or something,
everywhere.
because I flew out to Los Angeles to do the audition, and it was the movie going out, and it was the movie going back to New York, and I would be in hotel rooms, and I'd turn this thing on, and I was starting to think it was like a Twilight Zone episode. I started thinking.
Had you ever thought of yourself that way, though, in that kind of company?
It's really flattering.
Yeah, it is.
I think it was such a wonderful departure from the soap, because I had such a good time playing the role of Thaddeus Martin for 4 years, which was a real kind of sarcastic kind of, I don't want to say it, but sleazy person.
Very sleazy. He really was. There were times I wanted to kill him.
Oh, but he was fun, no. But to turn around and do this and do comedy without that kind of sarcastic bent to it, I think was a really nice stretch. And
the co-star in this film, Emmanuel, I read that they auditioned. They auditioned 5,000 women for this.
They had Tom. I think it was so strange. I think there were so many things about this movie that were sort of destined to fall into place. You know, when he was, I think he went to something like 5 countries, went all over the world trying to cast this angel. He was looking at models and actresses and everything. And he was in Paris, and he was really feeling really dejected. And he went into a movie. He went to see Mano de Source over there, and he was sitting there in the audience, and this face flashed up on the screen, and he was saying, "That's her, that's her." You know, he finally found
casting love affair.
It was bizarre, and when she first read the script, when she first heard about it, it was sort of related to her in French by her agent, and she didn't want to do it because she didn't want to do what she called a laser movie. You know, everybody in America does laser movies. Laser movies, you know, Star Wars. And he finally got her on the phone and talked to her about it and convinced her, without reading the script, to actually do the film.
That's great.
And it was a stretch for her because she doesn't talk in the movie. She's an angel.
When you saw Mano de Source, you realized how lucky you were to have her as a co-star.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen Mano de Source when I first met her and stuff. And actually, when she works, she's very, very quiet. She's very subtle, and it wasn't until I actually saw a full screening of the movie that I actually saw that. I mean, there's a real character that you can sort of, wrap your hands around.
I don't know whether this is publicity, because I'm never really sure, or real, but I've read that you knew from the time you were a little kid that you wanted to be an actor.
Yeah. There's nothing else I wanted.
Why?
to do.
Were you a good pretender?
I was. I think I was a. I was a closet kid. I had problems growing up.
Did you?
I had make-believe playing pals until I was 21 years old. They were worried about me, but I started when I was 12. I don't know. I got stung really, really early, and that was it.
How did your family react?
With great panic.
I'll bet they did.
All through college, they said, "What do you do for a living, son?" I said, "No, I'm an actor, Dad." but I've been very, very lucky in my career. I really can't complain. I mean, I went to a conservatory in New York, and about 6 months out of that, I landed on My Children, and I got cast in Date with an Angel 24 hours before I left the soap. So I mean, I've been really lucky.
And you
so
know,
far.
leaving a soap in 4 years of a soap is risky business, isn't it?
It is. It sure is, boy. Because I mean, out there, the audience loves you. It's very strange because the audience. I mean, there's no audience nationwide like a soap audience because everybody wants to find out what goes on, and they love you, boy. Once you're in their hearts, you're there for
Forever.
good. But in terms of the casting community in Los Angeles, a lot of them don't watch the soap, so they have no knowledge of it. Which I guess in some ways is a plus because 15 years ago, people used to think that if you did a soap, you were
terrible.
You were terrible, and it was a curse.
But on the other hand, when you walk away from the soap, you have to prove yourself all over again.
All over again, yeah. You gotta.
So is this a time where you might have some fear and trepidation because it's wonderful to be on top of the mountain, but then you can fall off and slide off so easily?
It's more exciting right now. I mean, I've got the movie looks wonderful. I gotta say, I was so happy with it. I mean, when I first read the script, I could see what Tom wanted, but to actually see it translated onto celluloid, and I mean, I saw a screening last week.
Must be so neat.
It's great. It's great. It's sort of a cross between Disney and Spielberg, and and E.T. and all kinds.
The
of
wings that she wears. Joanne, our producer, was telling me I should ask you about that. That it's.
They're real. We had 4 or 5 pairs of wings that all did different things. And when we first started, actually the scene that you just saw, I just saw my hair. What a nightmare!
Don't look at yourself.
I'm sorry. It's just a wig.
Wait, let me see. Come here.
No, but
no, it's not.
It's real.
It's real.
Sorry. I got this screen sitting in front of me. What a nightmare. No, actually, when we did the clip you just saw,
Look at you, you've turned red.
I'm sorry, I'm blushing. The clip you just saw was the first thing we did with the wings, actually. And we did that one day, and we had to go back and do it all over again because things kept messing up with them. There was actually a guy sitting, they cut a hole under the couch, and there's a man behind her. And she couldn't sit up with things because they weigh like 50 pounds, and she's this little French girl waddling around on her back on the couch. So we got this guy like hoisting her up.
I know, most little French girls fall the other way.
Yeah, so the pulley didn't work,
The
so
weight's
these
in
guys
front.
pushing her up.
I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Do you miss Ted at all?
I miss the people I work with there. They were so wonderful. I mean, I
Yeah.
tune in every once in a while to make sure that old friends are still doing okay and stuff.
And they are, because I
They
tune
are.
in too.
They're doing really
It's still
well.
a wonderful
Say
soap.
hello to Carmi and everybody back there.
Let me tell you, The Date with an Angel opens November 20th, and it's great. And it's a movie for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The
It's
whole
wonderful.
family
Take your whole
kind
family.
of
It's a wonderful holiday film. It really is a feel-good type of movie. So.
I think anyone who was your fan should go and support this film. because
buy
it's-
5 tickets.
Yeah, buy
6.
5.
You don't have to see it once, but buy a lot of tickets.
Thanks, Michael.
My hair is different in real life. It really.
Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
very
you.
much.
I think you look terrific.
Thank you. Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much.
being here.
Thank you.